Hello, it's Julie from Blossom Tree Papercraft. Thank you for joining me today. The card that I'm going to do today is using two stamp sets. The first one being Timeless Textures, and I'm just going to be using the little splatter dot just at the top here. And the second one is from Sale-a-Bration and What I Love. And these are obviously disappearing from us on the 31st of March, so if you are still wanting to grab one, you still have got time. I'm going to pop these to one side. For this card you will need a card base measuring 4 1/4 by 11 scored at 5 1/2. Then the layer for stamping on, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and then just a little piece of scrap as well. So let's get going. I'm using Perfect Plum to start and taking one of the images from What I Love. Oh, let me just bring in some scratch paper actually, because I'm going to do a little bit of stamping off because I don't want this too dark. So taking the stamp, just popping it into the ink. I'm going to stamp off again, and then onto my, oh look, I've made a splodge, never mind. And then onto my paper, and again stamping off, on, and then stamping back down again. I'm just going to build that up slightly just on this left hand side. I think that will do for that one. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with the little splatter dots, and again into the Perfect Plum. I'm just going to start stamping until it all fades out. See if I can cover that splatter dot. Look at that, lovely. Never a mistake, we can always cover it. I think that will, actually we'll put another one, another round, just going round. There we go, that will do for that colour. And I'm just going to clean that off. And then I'm going to come in with the next colour, which is Pool Party. And again, using the little splatters, I'm just going to start doing exactly the same thing again, building up that little bit of colour. And then from the What I Love set, I've got the little branch of leaves there, and coming in with Pear Pizzazz this time. I'm going to put my leaf detail down. So I'm just going to pop my leaves in. And I'm trying to keep it all onto my detail on the left hand side. There we go, so that's that part done. And then I'm going to take our little piece of scrap paper, and again coming in with the flower from What I Love, which is a 3-phase stamping. First of all, I'm going to go into the Perfect Plum, and again I'm going to stamp off twice and then down onto my paper just to give that light hint of colour. And I'm going to take the next part, which is what we used for this blending part here, and I'm going to go into the Perfect Plum, but this time I'm not going to stamp off. Just going to line that down and stamp that in place. And then the final part, which is the outlining of the flower, again into the Perfect Plum, and just layer that on top. There we go. Pop that there. And then the final piece of stamping, and then I can put all of the inks away, is taking the sentiment from the What I Love set, which is Thank You. Just lining it up on my block. And again into the Perfect Plum. And I'm going to pop that on the far right hand corner, just down at the bottom. There we go. Now I can pop all of these away, and I won't put my finger in them. Get rid of this scratch paper, move that over to one side. And then with the flower that we've just done, all I'm going to do is go in with some scissors, and I'm just going to fussy cut this out. So I'm just sort of following round, not worrying too much, I'm just sort of following the outline. Moving the paper as I go. There we go, so there's our flower cut out, and then we can start putting all the card together now. So I'm going to bring in the base, and first of all I'm going to take our stamped bit, and using some snail I'm just going to put that onto the base. Just lining that up, sticking that in place. And then I've got some of the silver metallic thread. I'm just going to wrap that around my hand 3 or 4 times. Cut off the excess there. And hopefully my glue dots are here. Yes, they are. And taking a glue dot, I'm just going to position that in the centre of where I put my leaves. Making sure the thread is around my hand. And I'm just going to use the glue dot to stick these in place. Like that, just to give that added little bit of detail. And then also in Sale-a-Bration we've got this gorgeous metallic glitter washer tape, and I'm going to take some of this and I'm just going to eyeball to see roughly how much I need, and then I'm going to cut that there, and I'm just going to banner the end just slightly. There we go, like that, and then I'm going to butt this right up to the left hand side, straightening it up so that it runs down towards the thank you, and then taking a dimensional onto the back of the flower that we fussy cut out, just onto the back, and then over the centre where we've got the glue dot, I'm just going to pop that down in place. And then finally, just for some added detail, taking one of the rhinestones, and I'm going to pop that just in the centre, and there we go, done. So it's quite a simple card to put together, but really pretty. Hope you've enjoyed that and you're all well. Thank you very much for joining me. Take care. Bye bye.